you so very much, esteemed members. I must start by thanking our Department of Justice for having me over. And secondly, Honorable District Magistrate South, who's given me this opportunity, rather, I would say, a responsibility to head the committee. Uh, I've heard all the speakers, and my personal experience with handling, we have an ongoing case. Um, I'm not from the legal background, I'm a doctor by profession, and certainly it truly helps if you have a legal person in the committee. We do have, though she's not placed in Delhi right now. And uh, without a legal person in the committee would have been very difficult for me also to have proceeded. Certainly, I'm an activist. I know I'm very sensitive to the cause of women, but law is something which strengthens everybody's hand. So it defines our boundaries, it defines our working, and otherwise everything would have been very loose and very fluid. My personal observation from this case, firstly talking about this case, it's not just about the victim, it's about the witnesses also. Very difficult to get proper information, unbiased information from the witnesses, which probably most of the times belong to the workplace. So getting them into the loop, especially when things are not related to them, the matter is, and generally in our community, in our society these days, what is lacking is being sensitive. Had we all been sensitive, we wouldn't have been sitting here and discussing this issue. There used to be something called a community, a samaj, and when we were kids, uh, things never came up to this level, and sadly so it has. It's mainly because we are absolutely missing sensitivity. And there, rightly, madam mentioned that she's worked in New Zealand, and she could see that upbringing, your the values, the culture which you provide uh, to children matters a lot. So, I mean, I don't know, for some odd reason, we try and push sexual issues and sexual matters and sexual education. We still consider, most of us literal people also, the ones who are outside this conference room, I can really say this with certainty. We are ashamed to talk about the issue. We'll have to leave that aside. That is a big stigma which we need to overcome. So community building and community strengthening is something we truly all need to work upon. Apart from looking after the interests of the victim, I would like to emphasize once again that witnesses also have their problems. They still continue to work at the same place. They're working under the same employer, and at times working under the complainant, under the respondent. So there has to be a mechanism in place whereby the interest of the victim is also taken care of. And since my own forte is community engagement and community building, I would want to stress upon the need and a system whereby, apart from these committees, how can we strengthen our own community so that, I mean, once the community uh, is sensitive to such issues, the burden, I won't say a burden, but certainly the number, and so far as you all rightly mentioned, I mean, I don't have the numbers, but hardly any cases are reported to either the internal committee or to the local committee. Another input which and suggestion which I have is, like we said, that internal complaint, now it's gone from internal complaint committee to internal committee because now we believe in preventing. So similarly for the local committee also, I think we can have some proactive programs whereby we interact with the local areas where we are placed in the district, and the basic information, like I am not sure how many people are aware that such committees exist, and there is a system in place whereby the women, though to no matter which strata she belongs to, can ask for support. So that information seeping down to the grassroots level is something which has to be put in place. And very well said by sir that the district magistrates, of course, their hands are so full, and I must compliment them that despite so much of work, whenever we've contacted them for help or assistance or guidance, they've taken out time without, putting the matter aside. So, strengthening of local committee, proactive definition of roles and programs for local committees so that we are able to interact more with people like DM. We can't expect them to be on the roads talking to the common community. So, engagement of the local committee with the community is something which we can work upon and improve. Res, thank you so very much for having me over, and I'll be more than happy in case you want to take it forward with me. Thank you.